Warning. Every one of you listening to my voice, tell the world. Tell this to everybody wherever they are. Watch the skies everywhere. Keep looking. Keep watching the skies.
Welcome back to Spaced Out Radio, Wednesday show, UFO Max, with me, Grantavious Maxx, and Lee Strauss from Area 151. How is everybody doing? Which way do I point?
Area 151.
Element 115. Element 115. I always do that, dude. It's so close to Area 151, and it's so near and dear to my heart. I love Area 151. So, Element 115. I'll get it right next time. Maybe never. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, look at this guy, though. Look how good looking he is. You're not going to miss a show no matter what it's called.
What? Wait, right? We're a duo, man. Yeah. You look good. Wait, over there. You look good, and I look good. It's all good. Here we are.
No, it's great. Kitty Weck, thank you for coming back. You're in gold medal position. And Scott Rosen, hey to you, my friend. You're in silver, and Dave Nornberg is in bronze. Welcome back, all three of you. Let's see who else we got here. Bar Madison, good to see you. 5 stars, hollow stars, and 5 solid stars. The Jacketta. Hello, friends. Hello to you as well. Mel WD40, good seeing you. Let's see who else we got here. Going all the way down. Holy mackerel.
Brooke Michael?
Oh. What? Where'd you
Brooke
see that?
Michael?
I didn't see it.
No. JMJ12 is here.
Oh, good. Good. Oh, there we go. Now I caught up. And Jose Sanchez, good seeing you as well. Mm-hmm. And you already said hello to everybody.
J True Seeker.
Shack Valet. I like that. That's a good spin on a name instead of Jacques Valet. I like that. Welcome, my friend. Welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Love the meme. See, Captain Crod. Reporting to duty. Thank you for showing up to the show. We will try our
Tiger.
Yep. And J True Seeker.
Yeah.
Paramarv. Yes, Paramarv, welcome back. All right. Race fan, good evening to you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Better late than never. You're 30 seconds late. What the heck happened to you, man? Come on. I'm just kidding. All right. So we got one heck of a show to you, or for everybody today. Lee, oh my goodness. As tired as we both are, and the day has not been kind to us. Cheers to everybody.
That's okay. We're here and we're ready to rock and roll for you all. So there we go.
What? Can you hold that up again real quick? I'm sorry. That's holy man.
This is 50 ounces.
That's 12.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Oh,
that's what it takes to keep me going.
Wow.
50 ounces. Remember that.
He always does things in big ways. We'll just
that
settle in. We'll let that settle in. All right. So we got a few things to talk about. New UFO sightings around the U.S., as everybody can read the title. And it's very interesting because I had brought this up on my phone. And as everybody knows, I don't know if actually everybody knows, but I use a lot of AI to try to figure out where the news is coming from, where the hotspots are. And it's very interesting. Go big or go home. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Excuse me. So there's a couple things I'm going to read here. The Pentagon reports detail 1,652 reports with a significant number of news reports received in the past year. Well, we already know that. But here's one interesting one. New York, which we don't actually see. Do you see this on news every now and then? I don't see New York on news ever.
Not as far as UFOs go. There's
Well, yeah.
There's some stuff, Long Island stuff, but New York. I mean, wow, man,
Yeah.
this is a little different.
Well, I mean, I like Long Island. They make great iced tea. New York has seen at least 66 reports of UFO sightings in the first half of 2025. That is,
What's that about?
I don't know. And you know what? I started looking it up, and I'm like, well, where are these things? And so then, let's UFO sightings, New York. Recent reports include a Fort Lauderdale flight crew sighting a glowing spherical object over the Bahamas. Well, that's not New York. That's if you go down to Fort Lauderdale, the Bahamas is what, 56 miles east of that. So that's nowhere near New York. I'm sorry, but that's all I get. And then it goes into Mexican Air Force video, Minnesota orbs. I'm like, what the heck, dude? Where's these sightings in New York?
Yeah, no kidding, right? Are these possibly drone? Is this drone activity that they're claiming are possible UFOs? Maybe
It could be. Well, I mean, if you look at it like this, if there's 66 sightings, and let's say 5% of them are actual real phenomena,
is
which
this
is
New
what
Fork? Is this coming out of New Fork?
it doesn't even tell me. Oh, so the New Fork one. You're right. Let me look that up. Dink. In the first half of 2025, New York State experienced 66 reported UFO sightings, according to the National UFO Reporting Center, also New Fork. These sightings, which are self-reported, are not independently verified, including reports of green orbs zigzagging in Norwood and helicopters chasing glowing saucers in Huntington. One particularly vivid video sighting involved two white orbs flying in close formation in Chester. So it's all over New York, not just New York itself. And so Fox 5 News actually had a little bit of a gleaming insights on that one.
Yeah.
So the number of sightings is 66. It's New Fork, that's the reporting agency, and from Norwood in the Bronx River area to Huntington on the North Shore of Long Island. You are correct. Kitty Catty Whack, thank you so much for kicking off the super chat and super sticker tonight. As everybody knows, super chats are always open, a great way to help us keep the lights on here at Spaced Out Radio. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your love and support. And the growing trend. There have been more sightings reported in 2025 compared to previous years. Why do you think that is?
I don't know what the deal is with that. It doesn't make any sense. So the first thing I would look at is what's going on in New York right now that could be drawing attention from someone else, from somewhere else, right? What is happening in New York? I have no idea. I'm not there, and I haven't heard any news about possible earthquakes or any kind of earth phenomena there. So I don't know what is going on in New York.
There's a lot. I mean, there's the prominent locations, the Hudson Valley, which is the Westchester, I guess that's how you say it, Westchester County, Dutchess County, Putnam County, and Fairfield County, which is in Connecticut, experienced a surge in UFO sightings from 83 to 86, but they had a V-shaped or boomerang-shaped craft with lights that drew a lot of attention. And then you also have Pine Bush and New York City. But those are all really old sightings. But they got really great pictures. In fact, one of them's really neat. It almost looks like a sun flare to me, though. If you want to see it, I will share the screen so everybody can check this out.
Yes, please.
It's one of those deals where, there we go. So right over here, you'll see this. I don't know if I can actually blow that up for you.
Yeah. The one thing I think I have seen this photo before. With you're up high in the sky. So are we looking out of a building currently right now?
Building or plane, that you're pretty high up. And this is, of course you have the river there.
This I think was taken from a helicopter, actually, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Well, Fox 5, so it's probably their helicopter, and then you also have Now, these ones don't look like a flare to me.
No.
Being at night, you're on the Hudson, you're looking up, and it's great skyline. I just everything's really sharp except for these three orbs.
Mm-hmm.
That almost looks fake.
Yeah, that's correct. That's what I'm getting out of it.
I love these ones. This is a cigar-shaped object, definitely from a plane. Excuse me. And but I do love looking at these. Oops. Of course, it's going to take me somewhere else. Oh, News Nation. Hey, what do you know? They're the ones that got that one. All right. Well, everybody knows News Nation. We'll talk about that here shortly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Indeed.
And then another one was here. Check this out. This is what's interesting. This isn't just here, it's everywhere. All the way down to California, I wanted to say. Yeah, see, they even say News Nation shows a total of 2,174 sightings were reported to their organizations in the first half of 2025. So
that's interesting. Now people are reporting to News Nation about UFOs, not just New Fork.
Yeah. Have we switched up who we're supposed to report to?
Even in the FAA manual, it says you can report your sightings to New Fork.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Didn't they?
There wasn't controversy about that early on, but yeah.
Yeah, there was also, what was it? So military pilots, there was a handbook, if I remember correctly, that had a chapter or a section that said when you see, not if, but when you see these sightings, this is how you're supposed to deal with it and report to it. And it caught so much buzz that they actually took it out of the book itself. Yep. And I would love to have the original one that had that in there. That'd be great.
Yeah, still in the FAA manual, it says you can report to New Fork. So Peter Davenport, by the way, our good buddy Peter Davenport from way back in the day when he was on Coast to Coast.
See, that's awesome.
Yeah. Still around and kicking.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. So that's it. Terrence Wills, thank you so much for joining Spaced Out Radio tonight on UFO Max Air Force Training Manual. That is exactly what it was. Thank you so much for that. See, I can't keep track of everything.
No, there's a lot.
It's too much. It's ridiculous.
That's why there's two of us here.
Thank God. You see, my day composes of, I'm a mechanic by trade, and I happen to own a carpet cleaning company here in town as well. And both those jobs are mindless. I can literally do my job without even thinking about it. I just put on podcast after podcast and just like a zombie, I just walk through the shop, get stuff done, and push it out of the way. I drive to, a home, and I talk to the customers. Sometimes I don't when they're empty, and I just have podcast. That's all I listen to. So whether it's, Knapp and Corbell or Joe Rogan or whoever it is, I watch us a lot actually. And then, somewhere in the skies, just Area 52, it doesn't matter, Weaponized, it doesn't matter what it is. I listen to them all. And there's so much information out there that it gets really, I start getting confused. Okay, who said what?
Yes. Exactly.
The biggest news right now was when Coulthard went on air and said that he doubled down on it, saying that Lockheed was the one that were responsible of Tic Tac. And everybody now is talking about how, just like what happened to Lou Elizondo, where he showed that picture of the two circles, and it looked like a UFO in black and white, but when you see it in color, you realize it's just two corresponding circular, when you look from a plane, you look down on agricultural fields, they have massive sprinkler systems that have a hub, and they just kind of go in a big circle. Well, when one gets burned or dies, and then you have one that's, then you get it.
It looks like something's hovering over something else.
Correct. And then, but he admitted he didn't vet it. And then now we have Coulthard kind of backtracking on what he said, and instead of saying, it was, I forgot the exact terminology of what he said, but now he's like, he reasonably believes now that they were responsible for it. So he's taking a step back from being adamant on the fact that Lockheed is responsible for the Tic Tac. I have one thing to say about that, and Lee, I want to hear your argument on this one. We hear the Wall Street Journal came out with their fluff about, the lies. Oh, this is us just kind of trying to hide our secret knowledge of, or secret military stuff, whatever. The Wall Street Journal and the United States government didn't stop and doesn't control any other country who have been saying the exact same things that we do and have seen for over 100 years. So did our military not only haze our own military guys, but also Russia's military guys, or also China's military guys, or any other country for that matter? What do you think about that?
That's a good one. In here, I almost think that this is intentional. They came together, obviously, and said, hey, we can't let the public know about this for whatever reason. There's a myriad of reasons why, right? So they don't want instability, and that's the main one, I think, so they all decided together they decided this, and they've kept it quiet, no matter if it's whatever country A, country B, country C, it doesn't matter. It's all the same sort of message that they're giving to their people, right? It does seem, however, that every nation is hanging on what the US is doing before they're waiting for the US to say something before they come out and say anything. It seems like we have always been the front runner in almost saying that it's a reality, and everybody else is riding the coattails.
Yeah. Now here's another thing. When everybody wants, disclosure with a capital D, what's stopping somebody? Because we all know that Russia has similar technologies. They have similar craft. Hal Puthoff was talking about it. Everybody's talked about this. It's not something that just one country has. We're now to the point where if you want disclosure with a capital D, who's the front runners of this technology? Who's the ones that have procured it, have back engineered it, and been able to build it? We have a lot of reports saying that we have it. We've had it since 1955. What's stopping other countries from having it? It's almost like the Antarctic Treaty. The Antarctic Treaty was the only one so far that hasn't been broken by any other country, and it was signed by the most countries. And it's one of those, is that like a gentleman's rule, a gentleman's handshake? Like, look, this is something we need to keep hidden globally.
Wait a minute here. I just clued into something. So what if this so-called treaty, now let's call it a treaty because we were talking about Antarctica. What if it's not something just between nations, but it's also between them?
Yes. Oh, that reminds me. What is it called? Oh my goodness. I did a whole show on this once. The Galactic Federation. The Galactic Federation. And we're basically a part of that, but not a part of that. And it's a proverbial handshake between the Earth itself and all the ruling nations and whatever entities are here visiting us or have been here. In fact, there's been talk recently within the last few days that we are not the owners of the Earth.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yes. That we are not the owners of the Earth. That would be interesting. Here's one for you. Jose Sanchez, Grant Lee, what are your views on the recent videos of helicopters chasing UFOs? How is it that if jet fighters are outmaneuvered, that choppers so nonchalantly chase them about like slow flies? I have my opinion on this. You want to take this one?
I can take it. I mean, if they want to get out of there, they can get out of there, right? If the UFO wants to go, it'll go. But I think there's also, they like to play around too, right? I mean, they went to the cat point, right?
Yep.
For David Fravor. So there is a sense here of playfulness, which is delightful to think about. And what does that mean? It, I like it. It seems like they're not just here doing, willy-nilly anything. They are interacting with us. And if it comes out once in a while as kind of playful, well, that's a good thing. I'm telling you right now, that's a good thing. Non-hostile, but playful. Sure.
So I couldn't agree more with that sentiment. That's exactly how I think it is. They understand our technology. They understand the capabilities of every single jet that we have. They are, I mean, they're able to shut our nukes off, and we know they've done it. We know, we have so many witnesses that say that they've done this kind of stuff. So when they see a helicopter, hey, look, what is that? It's like a fly to them. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Let's just kind of nonchalantly go along, because they know that that thing can't travel more than 150 knots. So, hey, well, we'll play along with this. Why not? And
Right.
the fact that it, just like you stated during the Nimitz incident in 2004 with Commander David Fravor, he vectored to a different point and away from the cap point, saw the tic tac with his wingman, which was in that case a woman, and went down to it, spiraled down to it, tried to cut across from point A to point B, and it rose up to meet him. So that showed intelligence. So for anybody that doesn't know this story, this is a very quick version of it. And then all of a sudden, when he went straight towards it, it zoomed off so fast that he couldn't keep track of it. And when he radioed in, because he immediately did, saying, hey, it disappeared. And they're like, nope. The radar says it's now at your cap point, which at that time was supposed to be secret. It's not common knowledge. So
right,
they're a lot smarter than we think they are. And here's another thing. Speaking of that, Lockheed. If Lockheed built that, okay, they know they're doing exercises out there in the Pacific. Excuse me. And did they know where the cap point was?
But see, I think the cap point changes with every drill.
Yep.
That is sent up, basically. So it's not going to be the same every time.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
The cap point, we should explain what that is, by the way. So that's an area where the other planes, all the planes, the jets, were supposed to rendezvous, right, and then head back to the aircraft carrier.
So a cap,
that's how I understand it.
The word cap or cap point, it refers to a combat air patrol point. And it's a designated location in airspace where fighter aircraft patrol to provide an air cover and protection. So that might give you a little bit more idea of what they were doing out there. Now, were they doing war games? Were they doing maneuvers? They just said cap point. So it's a combat air patrol point. If you read it that way and you just say black and white, they were out there for a very specific reason. And I don't know if Lockheed would know what that reason's for, whether it was just for war games or training purposes, which is what Commander David Fravor said. And then they got vectored into a different direction. And that's where they went, which was, I think, 30 to 80 miles away from where they were supposed to be. And then it zipped over to where they were going to be very quickly. So I do have to put this up. I am sorry. David Cognac. So this is a sad day in history. Well, it wasn't today, but yes. Rest in peace, my man. You are the greatest. I have almost every one of your albums. You will be severely missed. And today, in my shop today, we did all day. It was Ozzy Osbourne, and it just So silence for him just for a second.
Yeah. Did you ever happen to watch that show that he did, that reality show with his son, where they would talk about things, videos, and they would critique them and that sort of thing?
Ooh, it wasn't the whole Ozzy family show, the one that they did?
They did but it was his mom, the son, and Ozzy. So they all sat in like their little theater room, and then they'd go over videos, and then they'd get the reactions from
Ozzy
Ozzy.
and yeah, it was Ozzy and Jack's World Tour. No,
I don't remember what it was called, but
Ozzy and
anyway,
Detour. Detour is Ozzy and Jack's Detour World
it was
Detour.
it was a good show because they brought up UFO videos all the time.
Man,
and his dad for most of the time with the UFO stuff, he was like, "That's shite. That's just that's not,
shite.
that's shite." So
it comes from the mouth of a dude that bit the head off a bat. That's awesome.
Yeah, accidental, and it wasn't supposed to be a live bat.
Well, he thought it was fake.
yeah.
Yeah, he went. Oh gosh, I love him. He was so amazing. Yeah, oh yes. Oh, back to the story at hand. Here we go. Oh man. So one day ago, Representative Luna, which is Anna Paulina Luna for anybody out there, Luna makes a comment on a Ross Cohart video. In this video, Ross threatens to release the names of senators who are blocking the public's right to know the truth about UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
Woof.
Yeah.
Anna Paulina Luna states, and there's a little bit of a misspelling or an error in vocabulary here, but just so everyone knows, I'm not a senator. So he's not talking about me. If there are any senators he needs to let me know so we can follow up. Don't forget, we have the skiff to bring in people to talk with, and they all got quote unquote sick or had things come up and could not make it. Now, there was actually many podcasts that were, or shows that were talking about this, people that can't make it. One person, Andy, actually said this, where a lot of the people that had come forward before didn't think that there was anything to do about it now, and or they didn't have any skin in the game. And the reason why was because why would I go out there when it's not making a difference? No one believes it. It's not getting into the Congress. It's not going anywhere. You're just spinning your wheels is basically what he's saying.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on this?
Well, this is perpetual. This is the big wheel is keeps turning. They're going to give us so much, and they're going to keep hiding it. They're not going to come through with the information that the public deserves. They're just not going to do it. It's going to be the same old rigmarole. I mean, we're going to get little bits in this, a little bit of this, and a little bit of that, and then what's going to happen is our president is not going to come out and say, well, this stuff is real. It's not going to happen. So it's going to stay where it is in Congress, and it's going to cost the American people a lot of money just to hear this continuing and no resolution to it.
Correct. I believe that as well. And in fact, there was another post yesterday as well that said Ross Cohart believes key senators who are publicly pro UAP or UAP transparency have been read into the retrieval reverse engineering program and are, quote, actively obfuscating and blocking the public's right to know.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that's true. I've said this 100 times until I'm blue in the face. We're not going to release anything that shows our capabilities.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not going to happen. I don't believe that America is the only one that has a smoking gun. Canada's doing something right now that's great. And then the United States is always in the limelight for this kind of stuff. You have the Five Eyes, you have Australia, you have, over in Europe, China has their own stuff. Russia has their own stuff. I mean, Russia was kicking our butts in the space race until, someone got a hold of some really cool stage lighting. But I mean, literally, I am that guy. I'm sorry. It may or may not be true. But,
I'm on the fence.
I got to admit, so am I. I mean, I've looked at the moon through a telescope. I've looked at Mars and Jupiter through a telescope. They look round to me. I was looking at the moon 2 days ago when it was bright in the sky, broad daylight, and here's the sun, here's the moon, and the moon directly from the sun has the light that's lighting up like, you would hold something, and it looks exactly like a golf ball or a tennis ball if you were holding it in your hand. Like, it's damn thing spherical.
Yeah.
Excuse my language. Shit. Anyways, very clever wording there. So, oh my goodness. So now we're going to get into Dave Foley. Dave Foley, if anybody knows, is actually a comedian and an actor. Very interesting cat, so to speak. So there he was on the Weaponized podcast with Corbell and Knapp, and he's a very interesting individual.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you listened to it, but I did, and it was short-lived. It wasn't the whole episode. They ended up going off on tangents about other stuff.
Yeah.
But they emphasize, developments that were released by the Air Force on footage of that disc UAP. Remember the one we just did a little while back?
Yeah.
So they were talking about that, and oh yeah, and there was another journalist in there, Slaughter. I didn't write the first name. I think it's Justin. No, Dustin.
Okay.
I love this. Hold on, I got to put this up. Dave Foley should testify. He would roast Congress. I agree.
There we go.
So Slaughter had sued the Air Force and CENTCOM. That's what I got in there. It was USAF and CENTCOM to get or obtain footage of the Mosul orb, which is also a classified UAP. That's for anybody that wants to know about the Mosul orb. That's the one that they took a picture of, basically, or taking a video of a city, and the orb just flies right by, right? And
Okay.
this is actually years ago. It's actually really cool. Here, let me bring up a picture for it while we're talking about this. So, what's interesting about the Mosul orb, and I know everybody's tired of this,
Mm-hmm.
is the new. What'd you call it? The
Oh, damn it.
not the Boogosphere, but it's the
Bogosphere.
Bogosphere. Yes.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to go ahead and bring this up for everybody to see the Mosul orb. This it's very interesting because this is quite a while before the Bogosphere. And here you go. Here it is. So this is actually, we don't know what is it. It has to be a helicopter. I can see coordinates and everything, especially in this picture here. So yeah, we got vector. We even have 720 feet. So they're actually not very high off the ground. So this must be a helicopter. And I'm going to go ahead and open it in a new tab. So there it is. Suspected UFO image spotted over Iraq city of Mosul, released by U.S. officials. We were only 720 feet. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, this one says 26,683 feet.
Maybe that's from the point of origin.
Maybe. And so, but there's your Boogosphere, Mosul sphere. So anyways, they did that, and there was a Freedom of Information Act, a FOIA request on that, and that guy went above and beyond to get it. He's like, nope. And they were talking about how we needed more people like that. When you request a FOIA and you have some type of backing, whether it be a lawyer or somebody with some power, they can go in there and be like, no, you're going to give this to us. And that's what he got.
Yeah.
If you could imagine even 100 people like that, the stuff that we might be able to get, because it's all about wording. When you're requesting something with FOIA, you have to know what exactly it's called. And so that way you don't have some receptionist somewhere getting a letter, opening it up, looks up a keyword, UFO, nothing. Okay, sorry about your luck. We didn't have it. But if you're like, hey, I want to know this,
Right.
and you give them exactly where it's at, and they can type in those keywords or that whatever number, and they're like, oh yeah, well, here you go, and they send it off. And Grant Cameron's talked about that before up in Canada, where you have to know exactly what you're requiring or requesting. And
Right.
at that point, either they're going to say yes and give it to you, or they're not ever going to speak to you again.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing about that. You've got to have the phrase or whatever it is exactly correct, or you'll never get the evidence you're looking for.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time, what they'll do is spam. They'll spam it, just like we, for YouTube to make our videos more visible. We'll put a bunch of keywords in there just to see what they can get.
Yeah. And I mean, if you're looking for, ball lightning or wrecking ball or swamp gas, you're not going to get it. Like, come on, guys. You have to know exactly. You have to have someone on the inside, I think. You got to have someone on the inside that says you need to word it just like this. And then you can get it. Oh, my goodness. And then they went on to, so Dave Foley's a comedian and an actor. And the reason why he went so deep into the woo, which is what we call it here, is he had a sighting of his own, a large orangey gold craft. And that solidified his beliefs in UAPs. Doesn't matter who you are, whether you're blue collar like myself or, the handsomely devilish good looking dude off element 115, not area 151. And I just totally did a drink and an area for you guys. There you go. Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are or your station in life. If you see something that transforms your belief system, what do they call that when it completely shakes your reality? It's
transformative.
It's very transformative. And your whole belief system gets rattled and you're like, hey, what in the world is this? And they did go on to the Wall Street Journal articles and talked about how the UFO programs were a result of hazing with intelligent operations. And then that's kind of where I got my idea. Like, you can't haze China. You can't haze Russia.
Mm-mm.
So come on, guys. And like I've said before, Commander David Fravor of won, and many people like him. In fact, they even talked about, or there was another one, Andy, on Somewhere in the Skies today or yesterday had spoke about Kevin Day. Now, Kevin, it took Kevin, and I know Kevin personally. I've spent the night at that dude's house. Like, great guy. And that's not saying I know some guy that's, woo, he's huge. No, dude, it shook his world to the point where he asked us, like, why me? Like, why did I have to go through this? And he didn't want it.
No, it changes your whole paradigm, right? So, you grow up thinking the world is one way, and then all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, your whole understanding of the world has changed, right? And so how do you pick up those pieces and move forward? It's a lot of work.
It is. And Scott Rosen says he can haze Russia. Well, have fun with that, my man. And keep sending me those videos, and especially if you make videos of that. So Foley finds, and this is an excerpt that I took out of it, Foley finds the hazing explanation ludicrous, pointing out that thousands of intelligent operatives would have been hazed into believing, and this is a quote, hazed into believing that there were a UFO or UFO programs. I wrote that wrong. And then retired without ever being told it was a prank. Living in fear for their lives. He argues that pranks are only effective if the person is eventually told it's a prank. God bless his soul.
Yeah.
I mean, and he argues that, such debunking efforts are, and I quote this, discredit witnesses, discourage whistleblowers, and dismiss physical evidence, visual evidence. It's a deliberate strategy to create an environment where discussing UFOs is seen as quote unquote crazy, which they've done before. particularly
Right.
targeting intellectual elites. And that's actually how they started, was because who can you prank more? Who can you haze more? Intellectual elites. And trickling down into the general population. So, and they also highlight an absurdity I wrote that wrong as well, of past government explanations, such as the claim that 50% of all 1950s and 60s UFO cases were U-2 or SR-71 spy planes. And this is really funny because this is when Knapp's like, oh, yes, because a U-2 plane looks identical to a flying saucer.
Drop the mic there on that one for sure.
Come on. Like, I've seen the U-2 plane a couple of times. I want to say 3, but I think it was 2 because I've seen it fly into the bases right by my house. And loud. Holy mackerel, that thing's loud. You would not believe it, but you'll know it when you hear it. It is ridiculous. Does not look like a flying saucer. It looks like honestly, a bigger version of one of those gliders, but black. And way louder than an F-15. So so this last weekend, just letting everybody know, we had an air show here.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had, let's see, what did we have flying around? C-130s, C-17s. The P-51 was flying around. The Warthog, unfortunately, wasn't flying around. We did have not the Blue Angels. Who's the white ones? I didn't go to it, but I could hear them and I could see them. Not the F-18s, the Blue Angels, but the F-16s.
I know who you're talking about.
The white ones with the blue eagle on the. I want to call them snowbirds, but they're that's Canadian snowbirds. They're the Thunderbirds.
Okay.
Duh. And great show. Got to see a lot of stunts and stuff. But I mean, I was on the lake sailing, and they would whiz past me. I'd be like, "Oh, that's cool." All right. You're talking about someone that sees F-15s every day. They were flying in formation this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing touch and goes, is what we call them.
Yeah.
And thank you. It was the Thunderbirds. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Big black glider. That's exactly what it looks like. Scott Rosen. And then they did support for whistleblowers, which we already know that needs to be done. They don't want to come in. There's no safety net for them.
There isn't, unfortunately. It's horrible what they're doing.
Well, yeah. Okay. Let's say you're a whistleblower. All right, Lee, I give you permission to speak on whatever you want. Go for it. But your parents' bank account might be empty tomorrow, or we might foreclose on your grandmother's house.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't be surprised. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It does. It should be. Well, I'm sure it is illegal what they're doing, but it doesn't matter to them because there's no repercussions for them. So
no, it's the whistle. They have so much risk, not only for their lives but others.
We've got the newest whistleblower, David Brown, right now, right?
Yeah, I heard there's a lot more upcoming, and I'm still waiting to see on that one. The biggest thing right now is the year 2027. I'm just when it comes to Ross said it in the same exact interview when he was saying, "Hey, he's adamant that it's Lockheed Skunk Works." Okay, and the year 2027 comes up, and everybody's telling him. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Lord Brock. Digital casual in the pragmatic format. Thanks, gents. Absolutely. And thank you for the amazing super chat. We really appreciate your love and consideration for Spaced Out Radio. It helps keep the light on. Everybody, thank you so much for that. The super chats are always open and a great way to help us stay here on the air with you guys. Kitty Cattywack, thank you as well. All right, get back down here. I'm scratching. What are you doing? This dog. All right. There was, they wanted to emphasize that whistleblower accounts are diverse and independent, not a single repeatable hazing story, quote unquote, and that these individuals have faced serious repercussions, including their break line cuts. Now, when I wrote, quote unquote, break line cuts, that was something that was said in there. where you could say this today, but the brakes on your car or the brake lines on your car might be cut tomorrow. Like, that's how bad it gets. This isn't hazing. This isn't, oh, we lied just to hide our technology. No, this is real, folks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's been plenty of people that have gone missing and turned up dead, jumped from their balconies. You know, it's not good. They're going to get away with it.
Oh, yes. Yes, they will. General Grant and General Lee. Look at us.
General Lee Grant. That's awesome.
Oh my god. Yeah, they just put that together in the chats today or tonight, and that was amazing. I really enjoy reading through the chats. And yes, David, it is for free. It is for free. Everything we do here is for free. In fact, we do this on our own. This is pro bono. We do this because we love it, and
That's right.
something that we are very interested in. But nothing that we do is for free. So we have to pay for our computer monitors, the computer. We have to pay for everything that we do on air. And for you guys to send us these small little tidbits of donations, it just helps us out and helps us keep the lights on for Spaced Out Radio, which has been on for years. And we barely scraped by, but we were a band. I like to call us, as Spaced Out Radio behind the scenes, we're the island of misfit toys. And that's exactly everybody that's in Spaced Out Radio, including every one of you that watch us, because you are a part of our team. You are the ones that make this possible. Whether you give us $1 or not, you're still here. You're still listening to us. Hit that thumbs up. You're still making it possible for us. So thank you so much. All right. And back. Let's see. So go ahead.
Oh, I said it was David Brown, but it's Matthew Brown. Thank you very much. Oh. And he has a fear of execution, that he'll be killed for talking about this stuff. That's pretty serious.
In the name of freedom. And yes, you are right. Thank you so much, Lord Crack. Number 2, dos. It is serious. The biggest thing is,
even if you don't care about yourself, you got your family and everybody. You know, that's the big deal.
You took it right out of my mouth. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. He's not really scared for himself, just like he said on that podcast or that show. He was more aware of the fact that he was giving up his life when it came to what he wanted to do with his family. And that sucks. You know, he took a big step, and now he's saying all kinds of things on X, I guess it is, or Instagram. I haven't looked into it. And the only reason is, go ahead.
Yeah, I've heard it was on Instagram, actually, which is interesting.
It's not under his name, though, isn't it?
No, I'm gonna have to go back and search for that now. But yeah, it's, you know, right now Anna Palunalina saying that she's got one person. We don't know if it's him or if it's somebody else. You know, for I think it's September. They're saying now for the.
Oh yeah, they pushed it way out.
Yeah.
Oh, that was also talked about. That the biggest thing is I think it's early September that they want to finally have the hearing. I know that they want to. They got enough to do it, but gosh, I mean, I hope September is going to be another one of those great ones where we get to listen to them just beat the crap out of the mics and say, listen, we want these questions answered, and they're going to answer them or try to trick the panel out of certain answers, which you got to give it to those guys. You know, they're very aware of the questions and the answers that they can give. So
Yep. Yeah. But once again, Matthew Brown is just an individual that had all those papers come across his desk and was reading the reports and also looking at photos and videos. He wasn't a person that had hands on
Right.
with the material. So, that's been the big push right now lately for the last year and a half has been, well, give us somebody that's had their hands actually on the material. And there was one person that did come forward, and I can't remember who it was now, that actually worked on that stuff.
The material itself, like how put off?
Yeah, yes, the craft itself. Yeah.
Oh, the craft. That was besides Bob Lazar, there was a couple other guys, but Bob Lazar was the first.
No, the one that came forward in the congressional hearing.
Now I got to look it up because you got me. It's Lim. Oh,
there's so many people that are involved in this. It's I get lost in it myself. So
Jim Lekatsky.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah, that might be. I think it is. And you know what? It's not hard to find out.
That's right.
Even though that's a crazy name. Skinwalker at the Pentagon, Jim Lekatsky. There we go. Author. All right. His name is on the tip of my tongue. Let's see. There has been whistleblowers facing such risks as slimed and exposed, with their past being scrutinized for any quote unquote dirt. Which is going to happen. Losing their security clearances. They can never work in a classified setting again. There's also lack of support programs or financial aid for them. A lot of them lose their so when you retire, you don't just get you get a pension, and then other things, like the president, he's always going to, even after he's not the president anymore, they still get paid. They still have medical benefits and everything else. And you lose all of that. So if you're a person like Matthew Brown, who has a wife and kids and comes forward, you lose all of that. And insurance is insanely expensive. So, and it affects everything that you do. Now you got to pay, quite a bit of money. For me and my wife and my 3 kids, we have a federal where we have federal insurance, and it's still over $1,000 a month. So it's like it sucks, but if you're working for the federal government, you get it for free.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden the way I look at it is, when you take money out of that man's pocket, you're taking food off their table. And that's exactly the way they're looking at it as well, because he even said it wasn't really him that he's worried about, it's his family and his future. So yep. Oh goodness. They did the Senator rounds, or the Congressional Act of the UAP Disclosure Act. It's highlighted in the UAP materials. They started talking about Lockheed's Plant B6 complex in Burbank, which is 2300 Empire Avenue, for anybody that wants to know, and the Northrop Grumman Plant 42 in Palmdale, which is 3520 East Avenue, M Street. Letting everybody know. I loved how he did that. And they were talking about where the UAP materials are at. So we're going to go ahead and do it too. And the NHI materials, or non-human intelligent.
Can you bring that up on Google Earth?
Which one would you like to see, my man? We only got a few minutes.
Street.
Okay, give me 1 second, because this is going to be great. Oh, we're going to do an actual address. Ooh, that's interesting. Why did it do that?
Ooh, has it been suppressed?
So normally I can get in here and just do whatever I want, but then it stopped me for a second. You want to see the Northrop Grumman's or Lockheed's plant in Burbank?
Let's go with Northrop.
All right. We'll go with Northrop. So that's 3520 East Avenue, M Street. So 3520 East Avenue.
M Street. Watching Spaced Out Radio.
They're watching us now. And this is in Palmdale. All right. Let's go ahead and hit this and let it take me there. I'm going to go ahead and share this. You would. Oh, this thing is crazy. I've never seen it do this before either. So I type it in, right? And there it is.
Yeah.
And this is all it does. It will not go down to it. And
What about the red marker down there in South Cali?
That's the first time it hasn't zoomed in on it, though.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Look at that facility. There's the Palmdale Regional Airport, right?
Uh-huh.
And it takes me right to this facility right there. So you have, that looks like the airport, though. Man, let's look.
There's no terminals.
Oh, of course. Let's turn around. And there it is.
Uh-huh.
Aha. Found it. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Oh, goodness.
That's their own runway. That's not an airport for it's not a passenger airport. Civilian airport.
I Palmdale Regional Airport. So there must be, there's got to be terminals somewhere around there.
Oh, I don't see terminals.
Oh, they have an air park. Oh, that's killer. I like flying RCs. Anyway, so there's that. And then if we do the 2300, so we're going to go ahead and get back in here. And
so it might be just your Cessnas and that sort of thing that are able to take off from there.
Yeah. Well, that's actually a very large. Did I spell that right? I'm not looking. Avenue. Okay. And that's in where? Burbank. So Burbank, California. All right. Let's go there. See, this is what it normally does.
Right.
Ooh, we got a complex. We got a facility. Let's see if it'll show it to us. It will. Ta-da. All right, for everybody that's watching, let's turn around. And here's, it even says it right there. Cast and crew, Netflix is in the same building. Sweet. There's the building, and they're hiding a UFO under here. I'm just teasing. There's no way. I did hear that there's a UFO under. There was such a large UFO that they had to build
a building around it. Yeah.
Yes. Like it's ridiculous, but these are the things.
It was a boomerang shaped. Just like the building itself.
Let's see if it'll take us to Kingsley. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is not what I wanted to show you. We're going to go ahead. Oh, that's close. That's Kingsley. Okay, so here is Kingsley Field. Now, this is the second longest runway on the East Coast.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. We got to get out of here quick. So this is also another one of those ones where there's some crazy stuff going on here. And if I even zoom down on their pads, let's see if we can see it. Oh, what do you look at there? F-15s. Wow. Look at that. Oh, look at this. Big old building. Oh, here's a whole bunch more. That's what I see every day.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to go check out any more of our train wreck of they call it Train Wreck Storm Area 51, which they talked about, go ahead and watch Corbell on Weaponized and check out that show that they just did. We highlighted some of theirs as well as some of the other shows that we've seen and some of the news that we found online. If you find anything, please feel free to email us, get a hold of us on social media, and let us know so we can pick it up and show it next week on our show on Wednesday here at UFO Max. And we only have not even a minute left. We got to get out of here. Go catch Dave Scott manning the helm Monday through Friday. He is on next. We will see you soon. And I will see you in the chats here in just a moment. Lee, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Heck yeah. Bye, guys.